Hello and welcome to my channel. Recently, a member of the House of Representatives raised a point of privilege. He said, what lawmakers passed is not what is about to be implemented, what Nigerians will see. The gazetted tax document is different. So Nigerians are going to be sold a version that may not be what was passed in the House. And this is serious because if laws can change after voting, then your vote does not matter. Your representative's voice does not matter. Citizens lost protection. This is not just about politics. This is something that affects our pocket. Let's go to that video. You see the video. I think the video is not more than a week ago.
Breach of privilege has been committed, or referring the matter to the Committee of Ethics and Privileges. Still, if the matter is raised in the Committee of the Whole, the chairman shall leave the chair on the order to report progress. Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, I'm here today because my privilege has been breached as a member of this all-important House, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, we passed the tax laws on this floor, and Mr. Speaker, I took my time in the last 3 days to look at the gazetted pass copy, the vote and proceedings of the House of Representatives, and also went an extra mile to look at the vote and proceedings of the Senate of what was harmonized. Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, what I passed on this floor is not what is gazetted. Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, I have all the copies, but I'm coming under privilege because I was here, I gave my vote, and it was counted, and I'm seeing something completely different. So on that note, on this privilege, I will call on Mr. Speaker to graciously look at what was harmonized, what is in the gazetted copy, what was passed in the House and the Senate. You will find out what is before Nigerians, which is being sold to Nigerians at the Ministry of Information, which I personally went to buy the gazetted copies. So there is no motion here, but Mr. Speaker, I'll be pleading that all the documents should be brought before the Committee of the Whole. The whole members should see what is in the gazetted, should see what they passed on the floor, so that the relevant amendments. Mr. Speaker, this is a breach of the Constitution, this is a breach of our laws, and this should not be taken by this Honourable House. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I so move.
Thank you, Honourable.
So my people, good day. Welcome back to my channel. Today, we are here to ask questions. It's very important. Simple questions that affect the life of average Nigerians. Because right now, many Nigerians are worried. Not because they hate the government, but there's every reason to actually hate the government. But our most worry is because life has become very hard and the explanations are not clear. Fuel prices have gone up in this country. Food prices have gone up. Transport has gone up. Electricity bill has gone up. And now the government is talking about more taxes electronically. They want to, including taxes that looks like they will affect our earnings and bank accounts. So Nigerians are asking one big question. Is this country working for the people or against the people? Now, we are going to start from the beginning. You remember at the inception of Tinubu's government, Tinubu told Nigerians that the fuel subsidy must go. That is what we are told. We were told subsidy was draining government's money, trying to subsidize the fuel for us. We were told subsidy was benefiting a few people. We were told subsidy was encouraging corruption and smuggling. And we were told that removing the subsidy will free money for governments to do roads, improve the electricity, healthcare system, education, transport. At that time, many Nigerians did not fully agree, but they said, let us give government a chance. That is what we all said. It wasn't really easy. Remember, fuel price moved from 200 naira per litre, or 200 and something, or thereabouts, to 900 naira per litre. Now I think it's 910 or 920, depending on the filling station you go to, per litre in many places, immediately. And what happened with the fuel increase? The transport fare increased. If you want to travel, think of traveling before and while Tinubu came in. Food prices increase. Cost of running even generators increase. Small businesses, a lot of businesses suffered because in Nigeria, fuel powers transport, fuel powers generators, fuel affects farming, and fuel affects everything, almost everything. And this was not a gradual thing. It was all of a sudden and brutal. Upon Tinubu's first day in office, Tinubu removed everything. Government said subsidy removal means more money for the government. That is what we were told. That is like a consolation for us. So Nigerians expected better electricity. Nigerians expected cheaper transport alternatives, support for farmers, social protection for the poor. But many Nigerians are asking, where is the visible relief? Electricity is still very poor. Transport is still now should I say triple, more than triple. And a lot of people cannot afford food. So here is what the people feel. The pain came first, but the benefit never came. We thought after the pain, we now start enjoying the benefit. And this is where the problem is. The problem is trust. Nigerians have seen public money stolen with no government punishment. Nigerians have seen corruption cases that disappear, recovered money with no clear record. Nigerians have seen leaders living big while people suffer. So when government says, we need more money, people reply in their hearts, will this money really fix anything? As in the tax they are trying to indirectly remove. So the fear Nigerians has did not come from nowhere. It came from experience. We know the people, we know how they have been running this country. Now, government is talking about new taxes. After removing subsidy, after we are facing high inflation, we are facing weak wages, salaries did not improve as it's supposed to. And there is high unemployment in Nigeria. To the average Nigerians, this sounds like first, survival became expensive. Now they want to tax what is left. They want to tax us from what is left. People are not against tax by nature. Normally tax is good. But they are afraid of taxing suffering, especially when the lawmaking process itself looks unclear. Lawmakers are complaining that laws were altered. Gazetted laws do not match what was passed. And that creates fear. Now put everything together. Fuel price increased. Cost of living exploded. No clear accounting of subsidy savings. No clear accounting of subsidy savings. No visible improvement. No more taxes. So this is how Nigerians feel now. We are paying more but receiving less. That feeling is dangerous for any country because when people stop believing, frustration grows, anger grows, hope disappears. Now let us say it clearly, so that it not seem as if we are going against what is happening. Tax is not evil. Tax is not evil. And government is not evil by default. Many countries pay high taxes, but this is what they enjoy. They enjoy good roads, stable electricity, working hospital, even they enjoy subsidy on other things. So the difference here is accountability. You cannot collect money first and explain later. No, you cannot demand trust without earning trust. So Nigerians are not asking for magic. They are asking for transparency, honesty, clear explanation. Nigerians want to see visible results. Nigerians want accountability. People want to see where subsidy money is being spent, how it is being used, how our tax money will be used. The current tax system they are trying to introduce, people want to be sure that it will work. Until then, every new tax will feel like pressure, not progress. Let's be clear. The problem is that Nigerians are just afraid of contributing to a system that does not protect them. You cannot tax people into believing in government. Government must govern its way into trust. You must earn the trust of the people. Am I right here?